I'm back. A lot sooner than I was anticipating, but it's for good reason. It was a cold day today. It's like 40 something. I could see my breath outside. It's that cold. Don't know what the fuck that was about. It's April 7th. I don't think it should be that cold out right now. But anyhow, give me one moment here. So yeah, today we're gonna do Encre Noire by Lalique, the House of Lalique. Lalique. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Just because. Because why not? You know. Yeah, so I started my day with this one. I didn't end with it. Unfortunately, I found myself gravitating back towards Elixir again. Forever wanted Elixir because that stuff is bitching. But yeah. For what this is, it is insanely affordable. Surprisingly so, because when I first heard reviews about it and such, a while back, I was like, huh, that sounds kind of expensive. But no, that shit was like $20. You can't go wrong with that. This is definitely a cold weather scent, if you ask me. But let's go over the accords. So the main accords are woody, aromatic, earthy, and musky. And let's see, on Fragrantica, it is loved at the highest vote with a perfume rating of 4.16 out of 5. Best in fall, second best in winter, and best at night for some reason. And let's see, the notes here, we have cypress on top, middle note of vetiver, base notes of cashmere wood and musk. And like I said, I started my day with this one. It's not on my skin anymore, but I can vividly recall exactly what it dried down to and what it became, the hours that followed the initial scent. So yeah, let's see. Longevity, we have long-lasting, 7 to 12 hours, and a sillage of moderate, which is radiating within arm's length. Within arm length. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself here. Gender, male, and price value, great value, which I can agree with. This shit was like 20, couldn't have been more than like $25 for a 3.4 ounce. And look at the presentation of this. Granted, it is just a square box, but it's fancy looking, It's got all the info on the bottom, as they usually do. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. Had to go do something real quick. Sorry, I'm drinking a really, really thick smoothie. I ate too much and I'm drinking that and it's just sitting so heavily. Anyhow. Yeah, without further ado, let's get this out at least. It's another typical box with the, that little lip. And you just got the bad boy right here. The square with nothing on any side except for the front. And, of course, batch. Sorry. That's not helping any. Okay. The focus is being fucked by the reflection of this laptop screen. Anyhow. Yeah, you got the batch code there, I believe, at least. Huh. I guess it's not like the typical one that has the batch code on the... Maybe that's not the batch code. I don't know. Not a big deal. I know it's authentic at least. Okay. Yeah, so I'll show you the atomizer, as I should, Let's get it going. Okay. This one, when I first bought this, I really didn't like this, but I also didn't give it a chance to even wear it. Like, I just smelled it in the air, and I immediately dismissed it pretty much. But now I like it. After this morning, I have a pretty fond appreciation for this. It starts out very earthy. Very earthy, it's very heavy on the vetiver. In fact, the cypress, I feel like, should be the middle note, and the vetiver, the top note, but also a middle note too, because the vetiver kind of shines all the way through, in my opinion. It's not so much there when you get to the base notes, once it's all completely dried down and becomes a skin scent, but there's a faintness of it there, you know. Let's get a tester strip, for lack of better terms, and I will tell you more momentarily. It's my mouth. How the fuck did I do that? Okay, so right away, I will tell you this. What this first reminded me of, as I read elsewhere, it smells like a freshly unearthed carrot and some very smoky soil. Very earthy. Very earthy and kind of herbaceous, probably because of the cypress. I'm not really sure what cypress smells like, but I know what vetiver smells like. The vetiver is there. I'm really not fond of vetiver in general. The cypress, I assume, is probably what's making that kind of carroty type of scent. There's a woodiness in there too, which I assume is probably both the cypress and the vetiver, but the vetiver is very smoky. It's very dirty. It's very dirty. But as it dries down, that cashmere wood and musk really, really shines and like leaves pretty much everything else behind. It's a very musky, distinct, sophisticated type of woody, musky scent once it dries. Man, it's something else. Like you wouldn't think that would be what's hiding behind all of these other notes. Like you smell this and you just kind of smell carrots and dirt, you know, and it's not bad. But I feel like it's something a farmer would smell like, you know, not the average person on the street. But then you get, like I said, to the base notes, and it becomes very handsome. I'll put it that way. And that musk is just something else. Like there's a right way and a wrong way to do musk, in my opinion. An example of a right way, my first introduction to it, at least, was the very first, just Vince Camuto. I think it's just Vince Camuto by Vince Camuto or some shit. Like there's leather, there's bergamot, I think there's lavender in there, patchouli, and leather. And there's something really musky in there too. And the musk itself is kind of smelled like it was pretty animalic, but there was something in there that kind of also reminded me of like a deep fryer kind of musk, if that makes sense. Like someone that just got out of work after like a full shift on the fryers at McDonald's. No, but okay, here we go. Yeah. So that cashmere and musk is coming through now. It comes out pretty quickly. It's not sweet per se. It's very, I don't know. I want to say there's almost a hint of sweetness there, but it's not like the typical sweet. It's more like I don't know, like a, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's really perplexing to say the least. But man, that cashmere wood and that musk just come through, and it's just like, oh, that's the good shit, you know? If it weren't for the vetiver and the cypress on top making it smell like a fucking carrot just being freshly pulled out the ground, it would be so much better if it was just those two notes. But then again, it would be very basic and it wouldn't have any depth, you know? So I understand it. You have to wait around for the fucking, you know, what's that thing they do when they light off fireworks? The climax. Word's not coming to me. You know what I mean. When they light off all the big ones at once. That's what this is. That's what the cashmere and the musk are. The big part, the climax of this scent. I would say the top notes and middle notes are just like the lazy, sloppy, drunk fucking that doesn't feel that good because you're too drunk to really fully appreciate it. But then the bass notes are when you unexpectedly just bust a fat one, you know, the best nut of your life type of shit, you know. Yeah, it's clean, it's very earthy, it's woody, but that musk and that cashmere just go together so well. It's so fucking clean. It's nice, and I think I'm gonna wear this tomorrow. Actually, again, properly without layering anything else over it. Just reapply as needed because this stuff is something else. It took me way off guard when I actually properly gave it some wear, and I don't regret it. Yeah, Lalique Encre Noire. It's Noire. Sorry, excuse me. It's I don't know. I feel like it was a lot more popular a long time ago. Well, not that long ago. It was launched in 2006, but I don't think there's any hype for this these days. Not that I've seen in recent times. I don't really ever see reviews of this anymore. And believe me, I keep my eyes out there. In fact, usually when I buy something, I will watch multiple reviews beforehand just to see what the common consensus is on it. You know what I mean? I'd like to see what the common opinion is on it. What multiple people think is the best parts and the worst parts of it. You know. And a lot of people didn't really mention from what I saw and just uh, absorbed. Not many people really mentioned that it smells like a carrot, but that's just what it comes off as to me. It's very, I don't know. What is this? What is the taste of a carrot that makes it that taste like that? I don't know, but it is good. And for 25 bucks, sorry, kind of spat on my laptop. 25 bucks, you can't go wrong with this. It's definitely a fall. I would say it's really good both in fall and winter. Um, it's technically spring here now, but like I said, it's like 40 degrees today for whatever reason. Like high 30s, low 40s. It was very strange for this time of year. But it worked. It worked. I just wish I hadn't been so impatient and just threw on a bunch of Forever Wanted Elixir over it. But I didn't think my girlfriend would like it. So I went with something that I thought would be more agreeable. And funnily enough, the one that I thought was more agreeable, she didn't like the leather note of. And I was like, damn, well, at least I know that's not one I should wear, you know? Like, if we're going out together, you know what I mean? Because I like to be pleasing in terms of scent, and if it's not pleasing, then it's like, all right, I'll save that for myself. Me time, you know? A me scent. Because I'm sure some of you people out there can relate. You have scents that you wear for yourself and scents that you wear when you're going around other people just to not be as off-putting as you would be based on your own preferences. You know what I mean? Crowd pleasers, I suppose, would be those scents, like Rasasi Hawass or like Creed Aventus, you know, things like that. Things that are pretty, uh, not, I don't want to say not complex. They are complex in their own rights, but they're ones that a majority of people will probably like. You know what I mean? This, I don't think so. The Forever Wanted Elixir, I would say it's subjective, very subjective. But this one, I don't know. You got people smelling the top notes; they're gonna be probably kind of not liking it. But once the bass notes come through, they'll probably be all over it. Possibly, I don't know. We'll have to give it a test run. I haven't properly worn this yet, except for this morning, so we'll see. But this has been episode 47 of Sensory Sense, and I give Lalique Encre Noire a 6.5. I would say that because it would be like a 9 if it weren't for just the earthy carrot scent that I get with the vetiver and cypress on top. If it was anything other than that, it would probably be a lot better. You know what I mean? But it's not bad. It's unique. It stands out in my collection, so I can't complain too much about it. But yeah, 6.5. I think that's fair. Definitely cold weather. But yeah, Lalique Encre Noire. Go smell it somewhere. I'm sure you'll find it. Goodbye.